UVA versus JMU. JMU coming off of a comeback victory against Penn State, where they got a flag pull at the 11th hour to win the game 165 to 150. JMU putting in a lot of their effort to win that first game. I am worried that a full-strength UVA team might be able to take this just on sheer numbers alone. UVA with first blood there.
I think it's John.
JMU with possession. Marsh getting it back to Levon. Levon through the center hoop. And that goal is good. That was Levon's bread and butter that previous game. If UVA fails to protect that middle hoop, Levon is just going to be putting his shot on there all day. Score is tied up 10-10. Dodge beat by Moraes. Moraes looking at his options. Pass over to John. UVA taking their time. Very characteristic. They're not going to bite unless there's a good scoring opportunity. Great spin move. Move around Levon. And there is a goal for number 16 for UVA, John Evans. John Evans, first year at UVA? Don't recognize him from last year.
I'm unsure, but I don't believe we saw any playtime for him at UVA's earlier App-5 tournament this season. So it was maybe some of his first UVA minutes, at least within the App-5.
UVA with a high press offense.
Levon being led by a beater. Who's gonna
and there it is again!
Shot. Holy cow, that beater really gave Levon plenty of time, all the time that he needed to rip that shot off and just send it right through the tall hoop.
Mm-hmm. UVA can have all the strategic offense and defense that they have, but if they cannot defend that middle hoop, they cannot get someone tall to stick their hand up and defend that middle hoop, JMU is going to find holes in their defense, is going to be able to win this game.
UVA with the ball, number 11, Brian Moraes?
I think it's Moraes.
Moraes?
Yeah. Moraes. Moraes. Joey Bay plays both chaser and beater. He's a very aggressive beater for UVA. He's going to be able to hold control as long as possible.
He's got the ball with Levon up top. Lee got beat out with a Marsh behind. Marsh finds a
great job.
A little sidestepping shot on the small hoop.
Great improvement by UVA. As soon as Marsh got the ball from behind, we have defenders at both the middle and the medium hoops. But you can't have everybody there at all the time. So Marsh finds an opening on the small hoop. I'm not sure if it was a pass or a shot, but it goes in. And now JMU has the lead 30-20.
The ball in the hands of John Evans for UVA. Swings over to number 7, Zan Siddiqui, who just subbed in. Back behind to Sabrina Berry, back to Siddiqui up top. Over to Evans. Evans to, I don't see who that was, but that was number 9. Number 9, Eric Thompson.
Great job by Thompson to put it away.
It's a beautiful ball move by UVA there. We're going to do all 4 players as we have a JMU player down.
Move the camera away for a moment. We have the player clutching their head. Any sort of injury, even if a momentary one, is going to be a huge blow to JMU. Just like before, they are going with only 7 players this tournament. So right now, during the regular period, they have 1 sub, and during SOP, they have 0 subs. So anytime a player goes down, even for a moment, is going to be devastating to this team. Hopefully the player is okay. So far for UVA, we've seen a strong start. They haven't put in their first line just yet. I've Zan Siddiqui is just checking into this game, and Joey Bay is playing beater for this first part. So UVA neck and neck with JMU, both tied 30-30. But now Zan Siddiqui has checked in for this game. Zan Siddiqui, of course, two-time MLQ player, played for the Washington Admirals this past summer and the summer before, is also a member of the U.S. National Team Development Academy, a very strong player and leader for this team.
And also, most importantly, App-5 conference first team for the past 2 seasons.
That's right.
Most importantly of all those.
So UVA having time to strategize. If they play the game the way they play it, I do see them coming out on top here with their numbers and their strategy. They have a wonderful, very patient offense. They do a lot of passing. We've been complimenting Penn State and JMU on their ball movement, but really UVA, even for the first few minutes of the game, has shown that they are superior. The ball moves all around. Every chaser on UVA has the ability to shoot, drive, and pass, which makes it very difficult to pinpoint 1 or 2 players on the team and attack them.
Yeah, and all the UVA players, especially on this team in particular, they all have a very similarly athletic, almost like soccer-y type build. Where they seemingly can just run forever, and in conjunction with those passes and shooting, they're just all over the place, and they're very hard to stop. Just announced as of last night, they are currently ranked #1 by the 8th man in terms of quad ball teams in the nation.
UVA making it all the way to the Final Four in the D1 bracket last year. An unfortunate loss to UTSA in a very, very close game in Round Rock, Texas. That is the UVA. I believe that's the farthest that UVA has ever made it in a national tournament, to my knowledge. So it's great progress for this team. It's great to see this team grow.
Ball back in the hands of Levon with JMU is going to rip along something, I think. Just
the ball is almost tipped into the goal. Definitely a good move by Levon. High pressure, saw the beater, saw the chasers coming. Instead of trying to make a pass or a pass back, which would result in an easy dunk, Levon just chucks it down the field.
Smart tactical play. Ball in the hands of Eric Thompson. Thompson.
Yep, number 16 is John Evans. Zan Siddiqui.
Zan running around and just finds an edge with help, I think, from a beater to just find an open hoop.
And that's something that you'll see from a veteran player like that. There are 3 hoops. A lot of younger players, they get the ball, they see an opening, and they just go straight towards the hoop, even if there's a defender there. Zan takes a look at all of his options and then takes the dunk there. Ooh, almost a reset there.
Close use of a reset.
And now it's not a reset anymore, it'd be a turnover.
Not just good.
Oh, just over reset?
We reset here.
Oh, it's over reset, okay.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Looks like there will be a turnover here for potentially a late pass or something.
Yeah. It's a pass after beat. Not egregious enough to warrant a card, but definitely enough to warrant a turnover.
Yes. Siddiqui with the ball for UVA. Swings it to Thompson on the right. Back to Siddiqui up top. Has O'Connor on the left and Barry behind, but he's going to drive and hit the little floater in the middle.
That is unfortunate. Levon was playing very good defense point against Siddiqui, but gets a pick accidentally by his own beater and is unable to close in Siddiqui with an easy dunk over on the middle hoop. UVA once again with a very, very high defense.
And Levon setting up his offense, working around this high defense. Siddiqui playing point, gets beat out. Thompson steps up. Ball gets out to the right to Lee, goes a little high, covered by Marsh. Back to Lee, still pressured by Thompson. And Thompson's going to deflect it. It's going to stay in bounds the whole time, and UVA's going to have the ball again.
Once again, a testament to JMU. They've won a lot of those 50-50 balls this game and against Penn State.
Great pressure by Jarrell for JMU. So he's scared away by a beater. 21. Will Muck as the beater for UVA.
Most of the time when you see a pass that's overthrown, that's going to be out of bounds or a turnover, but JMU was able to keep that possession alive to look for an opportunity to score.
Siddiqui working from the left side again.
Siddiqui looking at his options. And a great block by Marsh there. Siddiqui looked and did the same wraparound, looking for a shot on middle hoop, does a no-look shot over to the small hoop, but Marsh is able to swat that down.
Going. Pushing the pace against UVA. Rips another sort of a hook shot over the defender and just gets it in the tall hoop. UVA having a good, or sorry, JMU having a good start to this game in terms of keeping it in pace with UVA. It's currently 50-40 in favor of UVA. Thompson with it on the right for UVA. Back to Siddiqui up top, led by Muck. Siddiqui drives, hits another floater. He's hit like 2 or 3 of that same shot now.
And that's what we were talking about last game. Penn State was not able to capitalize on the middle hoop being open. Like we said last game, Levon historically has been a hoop defender, but here at JMU, he's such a strong point defender that he tends to go on the front there, leaving that middle hoop completely open for shots, and Siddiqui's been taking advantage of that.
JMU passing the ball around up top, pressured by Siddiqui. Ball with Lee, pressured by Thompson. He's going to go behind to Marsh. Ball's going to roll out of bounds.
Unfortunate. JMU doing a great job of combating this very high press UVA defense. UVA able to squash a lot of teams before they even get to the hoops just by playing this aggressive defense. If a team can force the offense to make a few quick passes at the start and they don't have a lot of good ball handlers up front, it's an easy turnover, but JMU's been doing a great job of staying alive there.
Ball in the hands of Thompson.
Nikhil Shalea.
Back to Thompson. Thompson drives, runs into Jarrell. It's gonna.
Looks like we have a delayed penalty. This should be in the favor of UVA, as it's stopped as soon as JMU recovered possession. I see the LAR Colin Bourne pointing to his neck. It looks like it's neck contact on the beater for JMU, number 45.
That would be Carly Hemini.
Haymany.
Hemini.
Haymany.
Yes.
We have a pronunciation guide. Maybe we should have a guide to the pronunciation guide. Carly Haymany.
There's a guide to that guy.
I'm going to go with Haymany.
Haymany looks right.
Levon looking to block this. Oh, he almost gets it. Levon gets a piece on his fingers for a shot from O'Connor, but the ball still deflects in. And Haymany is back in. Valiant effort by Levon.
Over to Jarrell.
Jarrell looking at his options, passes back to Levon.
JMU's trying to work that high press defense against UVA. Find an opening, moving the ball around.
Levon looking at that. Oh! Levon.
Jarrell tries to get the ball, but a beater clears it out. It's picked up by Dan O'Connor.
We might have a pass.
Field. Long pass.
Nice. Woo! I see no call there.
That was a great long distance run by Nikhil Shalaya.
Nikhil
Shalaya. And a great read from Dan O'Connor to throw it long. It was just a little too strong. Maybe a little too much time in the weight room.
Let's see JMU look at a good opportunity here. Levon, as of previously, was just taking shots on the middle hoop, but took a... And there's another shot on the middle hoop. Levon, smartly, at this previous play, had an opportunity, I thought, on the middle hoop, but chose to pass to his side defenders for a dunk. Unfortunately, that didn't go through, but that means that UVA now has to defend all 3 hoops as opposed to just one. And he capitalizes on it as they had defenders on the side hoops, but no one on the center hoop. I believe we have 5 goals, all from Levon, possibly?
I think that sounds right. Ball over to Nathan June on the left side for UVA. John. I mixed it up. Yeah, Nathan John with the goal.
Nathan John, a member of the Washington Admirals practice squad this past summer. He's been a great breakout player for UVA. And John once again playing that high defense there. A new beater checking in for UVA, number 27. That is Sophia Hanway.
Vaughn looks for a long shot. It's deflected by number 11, Rylan Mores. Picked up by number 8, Jesus Flores for UVA. Wrapped by Levon. Picked up by Sabrina Berry, and the refs are going to stop play.
It looked like a good wrap.
Let's see.
Just seems aggressive, but that was well. The only issue is like you can't lift people, so they call it a lift. That was
Let's see what the call is here from Liz Stone, HR.
Whip tackle.
Whip tackle. Yeah,
a whip tackle on Levon.
Yeah, so you're allowed to, if it calls for it, you're allowed to make an aggressive tackle. Levon started aggressive on the UVA chaser, who also was sprinting, so that is a fair contact. But instead of wrapping the player and bringing them to the ground safely, Levon chose instead to, they called it a whip tackle, kind of circulate the player around and throw them to the
Pull
side,
them sideways,
which is not a legal tackle. I think that's a good call by the ARs, especially keep everybody safe.
That's definitely a very veteran AR call that you get with like a Liz Stone. Nathan John with the ball, bobs and weaves, finds an open shot.
It was almost a pick set by the UVA's beaters. Great job clearing the lane. Great way to capitalize on the penalty for UVA, getting a quick goal. Levon's back in. So
JMU looking to regain a little bit of their offensive momentum they had earlier in this game. Levon up top.
we have two very tall players on the hoops right now. And there it is. Yeah, Levon goes for that shot on the middle hoop that has worked all game. But UVA, John Evans in the keeper headband. Historically, more recently, anyone with a keeper headband tends to play more of a point defense. But John Evans chose to stay on hoops and is able to block that shot by Levon.
Mrs. Mores, drive it, doesn't see anything, goes to John. Deflects the bludger. Finds the small hoop. And that's going to make it 90-50 in favor of UVA.
This might be, and that's actually 100-50 for UVA. This might be the rest of the story of the game. JMU has done a great job at staying neck and neck for the most part, but UVA with a few unanswered goals is starting to pull ahead to a heavy lead. If JMU can't recover and find a new offensive strategy, this might be the end of the game before the intermission. Let's see what Levon does here.
Levon drives, beats the defender, has some time directing the offense. Pressured by Barry, tries to pass the drill, deflected by John.
Let's see what happens here. Javon called for the ball as he was open by the medium hoop, but when the pass came in, Nathan John is able to intercept that pass. Looks like JMU gets an opportunity to turn this around here. We have a dangerous kick by the beater, UVA.
Number 3, Jaden Klein.
So JMU able to recover back. Unfortunately.
Oh,
and
that's going to be a card.
I would say that's not a card.
Latrell tries to throw it to Levon. Gets picked off by UVA's number 4, Sabrina Berry. Where then Levon goes in for sort of like a strip and maybe makes some bad contact, but that's what I think the refs are discussing.
We had a couple ARs with their hands up. Contact from behind.
That is what it's going to be.
I was thinking that it was going to be actually contact with a player without a ball. It could have been either there.
Yeah, I think so.
But ARs had their hands up. Liz Stone initially did not agree with the call, but after a meeting, they agreed that this would be a yellow card. So now each team has a player in the box.
Sabrina Berry with the ball for UVA. Another player that was on the MLQ practice squad this summer. They got some great practice reps. Ooh, shot that's a little high for Dory Bay.
And you know, that does happen sometimes. You play beater at the beginning of the game, then you come in to chase. Sometimes you have to reorient your arm a little bit. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure after a few more large throws, Joey Bay will be able to lock that shot down.
Not a problem for him there, though, as he just finds an open goal to dunk on.
Yeah.
So UVA's beater, Jaden Klein, is just getting back into the game. Levon is up his beater. Takes what I think was a shot. But it's picked up by Nathan Judd.
I think UVA is starting to learn that Levon is the biggest scoring threat on the team. If they can isolate him and focus a lot of the defense on him, they may be able to pick apart this offense. I think JMU right now needs to find opportunities in their wing chasers. At the end of the Penn State game, they started having Lee bring the ball up and ball handle, and that was working pretty well for them. I would say they should adjust to one of those strategies.
Yeah, I would agree. With Barry has the ball behind, over to Evans, back up to Jun. Jun gets beat from the side that... I think it's going to be a turnover back over to JMU. And as we were just saying, yeah, UVA's definitely clocked Levon as like the offensive threat for JMU. So now what they got to do is Levon has to use that to his advantage and anticipate like the pressure before and draw attention away from his other players before passing it off.
Once again,
Marsh recovers the shot from Levon behind, swings it back to Levon up top, pressured by Barry. The beater gets Levon some space. Bay steps up and just strips the ball from Levon before getting beat.
once again, great job by JMU to recover. Oh, is that through? Oh, I thought that was through.
Wide right. A little bit more ball from JMU there. And had a look or two with a couple players.
UVA definitely being stronger in a lot of the aspects of this game, but JMU with those 50-50 balls, if there's an opportunity where both teams have the opportunity to get possession, JMU's been on top of that. You can see even though there was a bad shot, bad pass, they're able to recover, and I haven't seen that from UVA.
This is Thompson behind, back up top to Evans.
Evans almost going off room there.
Blocked by Levon. Jeff Evans was a little low. I think he was going for the middle hoop.
Oh, yeah. I think Levon gave it away with his face there. Levon, used to having the green headband, was beat in the keeper zone, thinking that he was good to go. Stands up and tosses the ball to his teammate. That's going to be not only not... Oh, no call on the play? Okay. Maybe they're going to call a no harm, no foul here.
There were no JMU players in the area, so theoretically, if he had dropped it, his keeper should have picked it up immediately. So maybe I feel like that's probably the. If it's not the letter of the rules, that feels like it's the right call.
Yeah, and I don't think it would have been a yellow card, so it wouldn't have stacked against Levon. But definitely having a player in the box is never something you want to do, even a blue card.
Exactly. Jarrell with the ball for JMU. With Levon, they're sort of playing some hot potato up top.
Oh! Great opportunity there. Once again, an unguarded middle hoop. And JMU, once again, is... Oh, that could be a dangerous kick. Yep, I see a hand up there. But once again, that is a great opportunity for JMU to shoot on an open hoop. If unfortunately doesn't go through. I like that shot, though. And you're thinking, that shot is no good. You got an entire UVA defense there. But yet, JMU recovers. Unfortunately, they lose it again. Lee with a dangerous kick there. After she went in and kicked towards the UVA player's hand, she did pull back. I don't think that anyone got hurt on that play, but definitely the right call.
Yeah, I think another thing about that shot from Jarrell was just because he's not Levon and they were all focused on him, that allowed for him to have that opening for that shot.
Exactly. JMU might be listening to us on the sidelines, utilizing their other players. Sabrina Berry over to Joey Bay. Joey Bay with the pass behind. Oh, intercepted by Ryan Marsh. Great job. Marsh has had some keen interceptions this day.
Despite normally being a beater, Marsh has a ton of tracer prowess that shows in the few tracer reps he's had in official games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ryan Marsh been with JMU since their arrival back from the dead, joining Virginia Reunited in fall 2022, is in his last semester here at James Madison.
Levon goes wide right to Marsh. He goes back up to Levon. It's going to be a reset for JMU. JMU. They're going to talk about a call going pointed UVA's direction.
Joey Bay with some words. Looks like Joey Bay might not agree with the call they're about to say. There might be an argument for a dodgeball swat. We'll see what's going on here. And it's going to be a blue card for Joey Bay. Illegal swat. I heard some boos from the UVA bench, but I believe they were booing their own player. Still against the rules. You are not allowed to talk negatively about the officials, the other team, and your own team. But it looks like they'll let that slide for now.
All right, JMU with the ball, looking for a drive. Levon finds a lane.
Yeah.
That's an easy goal.
And with a powerful tackler like Joey Bay in the box, that looks like an easy opportunity for Levon. One thing that I've noticed is Levon, especially, Levon better turn around. There's a ball coming down the field.
Fast break.
O'Connor
Ooh.
looking for the posterized jump up and shot. Unfortunately, the shot does not fall. One thing I've noticed from Levon is, especially with his physicality, we're going to have a timeout for JMU here. Levon, instead of going to avoid tackles, tends to absorb them and stiff arm, which has been pretty successful in players smaller than him, but Joey Bay has had some great wraps on him this day. So a timeout here by JMU, definitely the right call. They've got a good amount of momentum, but they are running out of steam. Once again, JMU only has 7 players. I believe UVA has almost double that number. I'll do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
They have 20 players. Or they're supposed to have 20 players.
I count a quick
few.
16 over on the bench. So they have more than double the players. So JMU only having 1 sub during this first half, and during the SOP is going to have 0 subs. So definitely taking a timeout here is a smart move. So what have we seen this game? Well, we see the score is 110 to 60.
I think one thing that I've seen this game is that from UVA, given they won their App-5 tournament this fall, they seem to have brought not only, I think they had a smaller roster then, but especially today, so far they seem to be using like much. They seem to be going real deep into their lines.
Yeah.
And bringing out a lot of players, getting a lot of reps. But I think it's great to see for them, and really to see a lot of the talent of the young players. Maybe don't get as many reps in like some like the big games, like if they get back to like a Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four type situation.
Absolutely.
This year.
And that's good training, like you said. You can always just have your first line dominate a single-day tournament, but if you don't have strength in your second and third lines, if you have a 2-day tournament like the national qualifiers and nationals, of course, you can't go deep. You can't go deep in the bracket if only your first line can play.
Yeah. Sometimes, even if you're a starter who could play all games, sometimes you just need a breather.
It looks like with that timeout, they have subbed Zan Siddiqui into the game. Joey Bay has come out. And one thing we haven't talked enough about this game is the incredible performance by Lee Rouse over on the wing chaser. She's been the one that has been diving on those 50-50 balls, using her feet a lot to kick the ball around and keeping these possessions alive. She's had a couple goals today, a lot of assists, been doing a great job today. Ryan Marsh has also been a star today, playing mostly beater. Oh, we have what a great swing by James Madison. I don't know if they drew that out during the intermission, but that was a perfect job. The quad ball was all the way in the corner, then up to the midline, and then all the way back there, just a matter of a few seconds. Amazing way to start after the timeout here.
It was like a full encompassing of the field.
One of those drills where everybody has to touch the ball before you score.
Exactly.
It's from onside
Ball
D.
back with Siddiqui for UVA. Got pressured, but saved by the beater.
Ryan Marsh, I was saying, another star of this game who plays mostly beater but has had to sub into chaser due to numbers today. Oh, great beat by Declan there.
Ooh, that's going to be a turnover for playing after beat against number 8 on UVA, Jesus Flores. Levon picks it up, it's fast break. And all that fast break, fortunately we got it off camera, but Ryan Marsh managed to score a goal on the tall hoop. Goal score is currently 110 to 70 in favor of UVA. JMU still doing their best to just barely keep themselves in this game and keep within like a fighter's chance.
Liz Stone counting down.
Ooh, looks like JMU just gets it back in time to have a last possession. As Levon's gonna run.
Says Marsh go.
Long to Marsh.
Wow.
Marsh hits the shot in the small hoop
Levon
to go to halftime.
Levon recovers the quad ball right as the countdown ends, giving JMU one more possession before the intermission. And Levon yells, Marsh, go. Ryan Marsh sprints down the field. Levon throws a Hail Mary pass. It bounces, and Marsh is able to get the shot in right before the beater comes. So JMU is able to cut their deficit to 110 to 80. A very modest performance, a very good performance so far by JMU. So now JMU is within a snitch catch of tying this game. The set score will be 170. And we'll start the second half pretty soon. So what have you seen coming out of this timeout, Shane?
So looking forward to this this SOP period. I'm starting to wonder what UVA is going to do here now that they're only up by 3. Probably certainly less comfortable than they would probably be expecting to be at this point.
Yeah.
They are missing some of their star players today in Emma Rollins and Rhett Krovitz, star chaser and beater there, respectively. So I'm wondering if you could maybe put in some of their more like first line, just sort of get a little bit of a lead back before they close out this game here. And on JMU's half, I mean, they just gotta sort of keep doing what they're doing. Just keep working to slow UVA on defense so that they can claw their way back into this game. Because even if you keep scoring, you gotta keep them from scoring to pull off a comeback. And maybe even hope for another stitch catch.
Absolutely. One thing I'm really happy to see is UVA, typically the past 2 championships, has come to champs and put in their first line and has really taken control of all the games. They're rotating a lot of their players, especially with champs being in the first semester rather than the second semester, so we still have a lot of players in development. UVA is able to channel all of their lines in and keep this a very competitive game. When it comes to SOP, let's see what option that they have. They'll put in, who is that seeker? Number 7? Wearing 47 possibly?
7 Zan.
Yeah,
47.
47. Carson Jenkins possibly. Apologies, can't see the number from here. I have not seen Carson Jenkins before. And we have Leslie Ivanko also for JMU. Leslie Ivanko, who had the winning flag runner catch in the last game to win it for JMU. Let's see if she can do the same thing and shine in this game.
And here we go with John Evans, back in the keeper headband for UVA, carrying the ball.
He has. He's done this and done this.
Finds an opening. He's going to just get it past Lee on the small hoop. A pause for something.
So USQ has a new rule this year. You cannot charge a defender who has not moved. So before, if you were standing in front of a hoop, you're still able to charge through them and dunk. But now, if a player is standing in front of a hoop and is not attempting to defend, if they're just standing there, you are not allowed to charge through them. I did see the UVA chaser did not charge their body through. which was legal last year, but no longer legal this year. They chose to move their arm around, and I think that is going to result in this being a no call. Yep, no call there.
I do think that is the key distinction and probably the right call. It looks like it is number 47, Carson Jenkins, as seeker for UVA currently.
Carson Jenkins back in it. It's like instead of defensive seeking, because Leslie has no subs for this period, it's like Leslie's gonna soar around like a hawk and look for an opportunity to strike.
Lee with the ball, has to get the ball out before getting beat, and UVA will recover. Evans is running the fast break. There's a none situation. Makes a couple moves and scores a nice goal.
And that's 2 aggressive goals there for UVA. Looks like they might be utilizing their beaters to take out the one beater on JMU that has the possession of the dodgeball. Looks like that might be the strategy going forward. If UVA can hold on to control, all they need to do is take out the one beater, and they can use their athletic advantage against JMU, and of course the advantage of having subs. And it looks like this is going to be another fast break. Oh, it looks like Javon able to hop on the ball to stop the fast break. Looks like we might have an injured player. I'm going to move to the side here for a moment.
There's some good ball movement looking from JMU there. That seemed like it was working towards a good offense, a good look on goal. But unfortunately, it seems like it maybe got bobbled there at the end, and then went down, and there was like a collision. It still looked like maybe potentially with a knee for Jarrell, number 15 on JMU.
One thing I saw here is there was a good 50-50 ball opportunity. Declan for JMU had the dodgeball, but instead of beating out the UVA player who was going for the ball, he ended up beating out the unarmed beater. So that resulted in a much closer play than needed, unfortunately. Hopefully, Declan can take a look at that and make the adjustment.
I'm not gonna cramp.
And once again, we're having a brief pause for an injured player for JMU. Hopefully the player can take some time to rest, because we do not have any subs for JMU. They have exactly 7 players. So if this player wants to take a break, they're going to have to do so on the field, or they'll have to play a player down.
You're gonna be really tired.
It looks like it's just a cramp. That would be great for JMU to hopefully just a temporary measure.
Coach Levon is currently out there. We're rolling out the player's calf.
It is time to be real.
I'm always real. What do you mean?
We're going to take a quick moment to take a be real here. Let's see.
He's like,
Yes, make sure this one's blocked.
I'll block it.
we have a break. I'm ready to make a transfer. Where's my team?
Yeah, nice sunshine, man. Awesome.
We are real.
We are very real.
It's not a simulation. Confirmed.
Not in the Matrix. But so far, what we've seen is JMU in the first half of this game was looking pretty strong, but started to falter a bit. They called timeout, and immediately out of the timeout scored an amazing goal. The intermission clock reached 0, and they were able to get one more goal in there. So a very strong end to the first half, but unfortunately they haven't carried that over to the second half here. They have scored 2 goals, I believe, 1 or 2 goals.
I think 1. It was a 7.
Okay, but yeah, it was at 7. So they have scored a goal, but UVA is doing a very smart offensive strategy where they can hold on to control, and all they need to do is use one of their beaters to take out the beater for JMU, and they can run down the field using their athleticism to take down the chasers who have been playing, once again, this entire game for JMU.
Yeah, I think this is the part of the day where we are really starting to see the fatigue set in for JMU.
Especially because during the game one, JMU had a very hard-fought game one where they clenched from behind. So
hard fought from behind, and it was actually a pretty long game one. There was a
Yes.
long second half of the game versus a deep roster for UVA and also fresh legs of UVA. This being their first game of the day.
So Declan is getting ready to throw back. Smart move. Oh, it looks like JMU has control. Wonderful job. It's the first time this second half that I've seen this.
Sabrina Berry with the ball for UVA. Pushes over to Flores.
Little beater skirmish over there. Looks like UVA is able to regain control. That's Jaden Klein. Great job to fight for that bludger. Not sure what's happening here. There's
a little bit of a group hug.
I believe that there was a bit of a stalled quad ball just waiting because Levon is in his own keeper zone with the ball. And it looks like UVA is keeping their dodgeballs on offense and defense. Pretty smart move considering that they have the lead. Oh, great catch by Joey Bay. Joey Bay back in on beater for this aggressive snitch on pitch period. O'Connor with an opportunity to run. O'Connor being defended by Javon. Levon steps in, and there's the posterizing dunk there for O'Connor.
O'Connor, one of the few players in the conference, really, that has the size to do something like that to Levon. So UVA's also subbed in number 21, Will Muck, as their seeker. Some gorgeous block blocks, if I'm being honest.
UVA extending their high press defense to the other side of the half, really making an aggressive move. Great job by Lee to get rid of that ball before the beat comes in. Oh, that should be a turnover here. Yeah,
late pass by Levon.
It looks like UVA is starting to anticipate a lot of the moves there. Great job by Lee to draw in that beat and get it away, but the second beater from UVA is there right in time for the pass to Levon. So that patented offense with the quick ball movement that's been doing great for JMU this entire tournament might be at a fault here if UVA can continue to pick up on these cues.
Yeah, I think so. These past couple defenses for UVA, they've been really picking up, and like all was playing like a half zone, half like man marking type situation on defense to really just cut off passing options and really just not give JMU really any options to do.
There is a possibility that we could have. Do we have the pronouns on that? Yeah, it looks like there could be a possibility of an illegal set of players per the gender maximum rule.
Oh, no.
Okay. Looks like it. Everything seems to be good.
Yeah, 14, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do have two girls. Right here. That's one.
Yeah, but they need three.
So John Evans is back in UVA with the ball, making some moves around Jarrell to get the ball up on offense. He's going to drive to O'Connor behind, and they score. UVA is now 2 goals away from closing this game out. Ooh.
Great job by Joey Bay. Joey Bay anticipated that pass, and O'Connor able to put it away there.
A flurry of goals here in this SOP period from O'Connor.
Levon was attempting to call timeout there, but I believe they already used their timeout in the first half of the
I
game.
do believe so.
Woo!
Lee routes with the ball top for JMU, just trying to get the ball up so they can set up an offense. Goes to Levon on the right. Jarrell behind, pass to Marsh. Marsh Marsh tries to take a shot, but it's blocked. Covered by O'Connor. O'Connor's gonna run. Knocks Marsh out the tackle from Lee. Levon steps up, goes for a strip but misses. O'Connor's still going.
Ooh,
Ooh,
That
O'Connor
would've
barely
been-
misses a floater off
that would have been a nice
the top
photo
rope.
finish right there. O'Connor trying to do a side chuck to put it through the center hoop, but unfortunately is a bit wide.
So UVA's put in a new seeker. Can't see the numbers yet.
Number 1,
Number 1.
Nikhil Shalaya. Wind picking up here a little bit.
Levon trying to sees the opening with a beat. Takes a long shot that's wide. Turns it over.
Once again,
a
those
little bit of a rush shot there.
yeah, those shots were hitting at the beginning of the game, but with the fatigue settling in for Levon, this could be it.
John Evans.
None here. John Evans looking, and
Called no goal.
oh, no goal. Okay.
I guess the goal was booed. It looked like it went in. But Sabrina Berry rebounds and ends it.
All right, so a powerful performance by JMU to stay with UVA for most of the game, but UVA did take it during the second half. That's going to be a final score of 170 to 80 in favor of UVA. The next game will come up. We'll start our double elimination part of the tournament. So each team that has a loss, that would be JMU and Penn State, will play each other, and the winner will face UVA in the championship game. We'll be back momentarily.